What is going on, guys? This is Ben here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today, I'm going to show you guys the deck profile for my true Dracos that I have been using basically since the end of Nats. For Nationals, I played Trickstar Sky Strikers, and then I don't know, I wanted something that was a little bit cheaper and a little bit, like, I don't know, I've always loved True Draco. When I first got back into, like, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, this was the deck that I played. I know Masterpiece is banned, but this deck is still really, really solid. It puts up big monsters, you have a lot of advantage, you can play Floodgates, it's an awesome deck, and it is actually really, really cheap. There is a ban list coming out maybe in August. I know, like, it might be lingering probably after Worlds and stuff, but I don't feel like True Draco is going to get hit at all. I mean, it's not really doing anything. It's an okay deck, but it's not like, okay, it's good, it's up there, but it's not like, I don't feel like it's ban list hit worthy. Like, I feel like Trickstars are, Gokis are, Sky Strikers even maybe, but we'll get into the profile here, give you some of my reasonings, and I just think it has a good matchup for everything, and it's like a budget build pretty much. So we play 3 Dragonic Diagram. These are in the got reprinted in Battles of Legends, so they are really, really cheap. We have 3 of the Majesty Maidens. I would probably bump this. I know I'll probably keep this at 3. You want to see monsters. This is the one I would probably bump up to 3. I only have 2 right now. It is the Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior. This is the best one, I'd say, because he gets you the spell card. He gets you Heritage, which is basically your draw card. If you guys don't know, basically you can tribute these guys for continuous spell and traps, and then whenever your opponent activates a card or an effect, basically you get a search for a True Draco spell or trap card. Well, spell with this guy, monster with this guy, and trap with this guy. This guy's at 1 because he searches the trap cards. You can search them, and then you can either add it to your hand or activate it. So you usually want to activate it off of this guy if you're getting it on your opponent's turn. So I would play 3 of him if I could, but and then we have Dynamite. He's at 1, so gotta play them, the True Draco monsters. And this guy, he's not mandatory to play. Since Masterpiece is banned, I just like the strategy. I know Kaijus are a thing. If you see your opponents running a lot of Kaijus, or usually going game 2, you can take this out. Usually going game 2, I do take this out. Because, like, dude, this requires 3 tributes to get him out. But then he is unaffected. Like, if you tribute with a continuous spell, trap, and a monster, he's unaffected by spell, monster, or spell, traps, and monster effects. And he has a 3,000 body. And if he is destroyed by an opponent's card, by battle or effect, so Kaiju, you don't get his effect, he can special summon a earth, a water, fire, or a wind monster. So you can either special summon if he leaves or dies, if they attack over him or destroy him by a card effect, which if he is immune to spell, traps, and monsters, how are they going to destroy him? Basically, just they'll have to attack over him. You can summon Nichiria Beast. If you're playing like Sky Strikers, that's good versus them. And then you could also summon Crystal Wing off of him. So there's a few other targets if you wanted to. These are the 2 that I would go to if they ever do get it over him. But normally, if they don't have an out for him, they usually just scoop the game up or will try to prolong it for a little bit. But this guy usually is the win condition. But he does take 3 tributes. So Metaltron is the, I don't know, he's like a risky play. He's a lot of resources to get him out, and if they have the Kaiju, you're kind of done. Like your game's pretty much done. But this one, Emmanuel Wado, for this format, I'm thinking about cutting him. The reason why I'm keeping him in here is he's a 1900 attack, which can get over a lot of the Trickstar monsters. It's even tough for them to be able to, like, if you have skill drain on the field and he stays on board, it's even tough for them to get over a 1900 attack. But he's good kind of for Goki if they do the, not if they extra link you, but if they basically go into the Tri-Gate board, then it negates the Tri-Gate. But other than that, I mean, the pendulums aren't as relevant. It does still stop hand traps, which is good. But Emmanuel Wado, I kind of want to cut this format, but I kind of don't, because I'm running 42 cards in the main deck, so I could cut him, and then when I find someone that has a Ignis Heat and get 3 of those, then I would be at 40 if I cut these and put in that last Ignis Heat. So I don't know on Emmanuel Wado. I'm on the board. I'm on the fence about him. But for now, I am running him, and he's good for, like, say you open this, a True Draco, and like a True Draco spell or trap, or basically a spell. Play a Heritage, you get the draws, you get the extra tribute, and then when these are sent, you destroy a spell. So we play 3 of those. You gotta play 3 of these too. Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix recycles your stuff. But if you open these in Imano, and then, like, basically one of your True Draco guys, what I like to do is actually tribute off my Imano Iwado. If I have, like, a established board by that point, like if I have some good traps and stuff, or if I don't feel like I'm gonna need Card of Demise anymore, so I keep my spell and trap, or I keep my spell on the field so I can use it next turn instead of a mono. Plus we run Card of Demise here 3 of those. Best card for sure in your deck. Just allows you to search for stuff. It doesn't hurt too bad. We don't run hand traps except for if we know we're going up against like Goki or whatever. I'll get into that later, but I'm not running the no extra deck build. I don't think Domain of the Monarchs is good. I mean, okay, it's not bad. It's just like one of my friends put it, like Austin put it, like one of my friends Austin, he put it well to me. It's more like just a win more card, which you should be able to win without it. And then Domain of the Monarchs, it's where if you control a tribute some monster, it's like basically like a skill drain, and then you're still not affected by it. That is very good. But a lot of, I don't know, I feel like I'd rather just run the Cherries target, just take care of the problems of those extra decks, and then it's quicker, like going game 2. So that's why I'm not running Domain of the Monarch. Monarch's Erupt is what it's called, sorry. And then I play 2 Desires. I don't think I would play 3. 2 is enough. I don't like drawing it and seeing it that often. Same with Pot of Duality. Since they're mainly, you do draw a lot to begin with. So I'm fine with 2 and 2 because I wanted to fit these in there, which is shared rides. Because going first, like, you need, if we're not running hand traps, we need something to slow down like Goki or Sky Striker Trickstar. Like, you set this, and basically, if they don't Ash this, they kind of have to end their turn unless they just want to give you a ton of cards. If it's Goki, they might just try and extra link you. But I like the shared rides. Don't really know what's on there. That's why I wanted to try and fit those in. And then this card, I main it. Some people put it in the side, but I think it's really good main decking. It's basically your main out to the Goki extra links right there. If you're going first turn, like say you lost the die roll and you're going up against Goki, and you know you're not running hand traps except for maybe infinite impermanence too, and they make the extra link board, this is your only out. So you don't draw this, you're kind of out of luck. And it helps with all like the nightmares getting their co-links and stuff. That's it for the spells. Then for the traps, we play 3 True Draco Apocalypse, and this is limited, so we have to play only 1 True King's Return. I actually like Apocalypse better. Say you have Dynamite on the field and you search this, or you want to like basically not add it to your hand, just activate it right away. You can either tribute it with it again and then get a pop on your opponent's turn, or you can tribute like if you have a face-up spell and then just save your monsters because it halves all your opponent's attacks, your monsters' attacks. So it's really, really sweet. Then we have True King's Return that special summons your guys. You just gotta play it really. I don't really use the special summon effect. It seems like it never comes up that often. I don't know. But then we have the 2 Infinite Impermanence. I only have 2, so that's why it's there, and it's a hand trap that you can set because you don't want to lose your hand traps off of Demise, so you would set this card, and the columns are a thing, and basically you can use it going first or second. So that's your main out. Try and stop a Soul Day with it, I guess, or whatever you feel is necessary. And then we have 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Since it doesn't actually destroy every deck, like it doesn't hurt Goki that much. Burning Abyss, it does absolutely nothing. So that's why I'm opting to run 2. Yes, it's very good against Trickstar, it's very good against Sky Strikers. But other than that, I mean, there's other decks too that it's okay against, but like, I don't know, I feel like I play a lot of Burning Abyss at my locals and stuff, and Goki not so much, but running it at 2, I think it's good. And then Imperial Order, same kind of concept, like it's a one-off. You can tribute it off if you really need to use some of your spells, so it's fine. And then the 1 Skill Drain, this destroys everything. So Skill Drain, awesome card. I mean, Monarch's Erupt is good too, but like I said, I like Cherries a little bit better. So that's the main deck. Like I said, that's 42 cards. Then I'll get into my side deck here. We have 30 Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. This card is very, very good. You have to run. You obviously have to run Cherries targets. So like, say you don't want to spend some money on the Cherries targets, then you don't have to run Cherries and worry about it because, well, Boral Sword I just have in here. I don't know why, because I have my sleeve on it, so might as well. Crystal Wing, like I said, is for that. Boral Sword I can never make. I just have it in here because why not? Naturia Beast I can bring out if I want to. This is for Waking the Dragon. Cowboy I cannot make either. It's just, hey, if it ever comes up, we're going into time, and since I have it, I'm gonna like throw it in here, and you have slots. If we're ever going into time and I have Cherries in hand, I'm gonna, and I feel like they're gonna go for Cowboy. Like they have 2 rank 4s on their board, and they're like, oh god, they're going for Cowboy. I'm gonna Cherries that instead. We have the Dante. Like I said, this is a little bit expensive. I think $14 or $15 Dante's at right now because it's a little bit hyped up. So that's for Cherries target. So Cherries are a little bit more expensive, but I think they're overall better. But if you want to go the Stormforth route or Monarch's Rep route, you're good too. Double Helix just in case. Isolde, really up there in price now, and then the ABC Dragon Buster for the ABCs. So those are the cherries targets that I mainly have. Kagari's for basically, since I don't have Shizuku or Hayate, I was just like, I'll just throw Kagari in there because that's the only one I have. But so yeah, that is the extra deck. Sorry for going off. I feel like I should explain what my targets were. Him and him are basically 4/1 Metaltron dies. And then we have Imperial Iron Wall. I don't have Evenly Match anymore because obviously they're getting reprinted. I didn't want to just lose a ton of value with them. I got rid of them a long time ago, but this is basically stops reincarnation. It stops a whole lot of things, man. It stops the evenly matched. So, you know, if you know you're going first, going into game 2, and you think your opponent's going to be sided in evenly matches or playing Trickstar or whatever, Imperial Iron Wall is very good. This one I would actually like it to be Vanity's Fiend, but I don't have one. So Majesty's Fiend is in here. I was just testing it out. I mean, it's not necessary because it's kind of actually hard to get out. You'd have to like additional tribute with one of your spells and get your true Draco guy out, and then tribute this guy for your normal tribute summon. It's possible, but he stops monster effects. I don't know, it's okay. I like it versus Burning Abyss, but I like it versus Goki, but also Vanity's Fiend could be better. And a lot of monsters like to be special summoned. I need to find another one of this. There can only be one. I would be running 2 of this too. Basically, each player can control 1 monster of each type. If a player controls 2 or more monsters of the same type, they must send some to the graveyard so they control no more than 1 monster of that type. So basically, this came out of Extreme Force, and I think everyone's underrating it. But since so many monsters are the same type, they have to get rid of them. So it doesn't really hurt you because normally you only sit on 1 monster. If they scapegoat, basically they gotta get rid of 3 of them because they can only control 1 of those. If they have like Goki, if they have a couple warriors on there, they can only have 1 warrior. So it's just it's like a different version of Rivalry of the Warlords. This one is like, so send to their side of the field of the graveyard so he or she can control 1 type of monster. So he or she only controls 1 type of monster. So this means like you can only control warriors, you can only control fairies. This says you can only control 1 of each, like 1 fairy, 1 warrior. So it depends on the circumstances. Some decks this hurts, some decks this hurts. So it's like having a good out to either if I'm facing Goki or I think I'm gonna get extra linked or whatever, this card right here, because you don't really care about your normal summon that much. I would side this out for a mono Awato usually because I don't want to. I'm gonna waste my normal summon anyways if I'm looking for this. If I'm going up against like Goki or whatever. The third anti-spell and 2 Waken the Dragons, because I've never played a deck with Waken the Dragon. I know it's not that, like with Light Stage getting hit, it's not that great. But everyone, honestly, like everyone knows you're running Floodgates, so they're gonna side in Twin Twisters or Back Row Hate or whatever. So it's like you just set this and hope they hit that, and it's actually come up a few times. Just summon the Ultimate Falcon and or whatever I feel like, and they can't really do much. So it's awesome. I like the Waking the Dragon, even though it's not as good as it once was, with the changes to how Light Stage interacts with it and then evenly matched. But still, I like it. So that's my True Draco deck profile there. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, everything is relatively cheap for a good competitive deck that I do not think is going to get hit on the ban list. If it does, for whatever reason, like if they hit Diagram on the ban list, it's gotta be because they just want to make way for other competitive decks, which I would be a little bit sad about. But I don't know, I'm having fun with it. It's still very, very viable, and I don't know. The hero deck profile I'm still working on. I haven't found a good way of how I want to play the heroes. So we'll wait on the heroes for now. I said if you'd like to see more deck profiles, let me know. But hope you guys enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. See you for awesome videos, and I'll see you guys later.